Here we are in my kitchen, right? So I've already measured out the cake flour and the sugar. So now I'm just going to add a box of Jello instant pudding, lemon that is, to the cake mix. All right? And the reason it's in a regular old strainer is because we need to sift the flour so that we don't have any lumps in it. You know, the less lumps as possible is your objective, all right? Let me try to reposition this camera so you can see just what I'm doing here. You see that? Yeah, there you go. All right, so with the flour in there, we're just going to gently tap the sides. This takes a couple minutes here because, you know, you're going to get all this flour worked through there. So, all right, for camera magic, I'm going to pause and come back when I've sifted all the flour, okay? Okay, it's been like a minute or so now. And as you can see, I'm still sifting the flour and the pudding, the sugar, the baking soda, baking powder, all that stuff together. So, won't be much longer now. This is just about almost done. I started back up because I want you to see what I got to do at this end. And see, as you can see, you got all these great big old lumps in there. And it's hard for the blender to break that down. So when you get to the very end, you just gently rub your finger across it, or your spatula, just rub it across to just break it up and force it through the strainer so you get it all. And at the end, you're going to be left with these hard, unworkable crumbs that you just throw away because you don't want that stuff in your cake. All right? So now we need to measure out our water, our wet ingredients, okay? All the dry ingredients are sifted together. So now we need our wet ingredients, which we need a cup of oil, a cup of oil, 3/4 cup of water, 4 large eggs. So we'll be back, all right? So here we are, cake tutorial video, making the lemon cassata cake, all right? So I've already sifted my cake flour, my sugar, my baking powder, and I've added in a box of Jello instant lemon pudding, all right? Because I want this cake to be really, really lemony, okay? And the pudding is going to give this cake a moistness that's just astronomical, out of this world, right? So we've measured out our wet ingredients. Right here we have a cup of canola oil. And then we have a cup of water with a couple of dashes of lemon juice in it, all right? And to make this even better, once it's all mixed up, we're going to add in a couple of drops of lemon extract. All right? That's orange. Where is the lemon? Yeah, here we are. Pure lemon extract. All right? So once it's all mixed up, we're going to add in a couple of drops of pure lemon extract. As you can see, I've got 4 eggs, 4 large eggs in a bowl of warm water, bringing them up to room temperature, and they are ready. All right, so we're going to get all the wet ingredients together. All right, all wet ingredients together. Eggs cracked, bam, in there. Eggshell and garbage. You can tell they're room temperature because the eggs crack really easily. When the egg is cold, it's harder to crack it, right? You want your eggs at room temperature when baking the cake, because a cold egg, it kind of like neutralizes the flours and the gluten strands, so they don't rise as great as they should rise, right? So, 4 eggs over room. Now, let us begin. We're going to add our oil, our water, and our eggs. All to this here batter, right? We're going to start off with a slow, just to get everything mixed. Once everything is mixed, we're going to take it up to the next speed for 2 minutes, all right? We're going to mix it for 2 minutes. We're going to stop right there for a hot second. All right, let me get this right here. I'm going to stop there for a hot second because right now everything is mixed. So now we're going to add a couple of drops of this lemon extract, all right? We're going to just pour it right here in the cap. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of lemon extract, all right? Wipe that off, put that away. You need a spatula, right? You need a spatula because while you're mixing, you want to pull down all this dry stuff from the sides and from the bottom. All right, everything's together. Oh yeah. Oh my. All right. So now we have 2 cake pans that we have greased the sides of them really greatly, and we have placed a piece of parchment paper in the bottom. This is going to really help the cakes from sticking. Professional cooks, professional bakers, we don't do the housewife, put some butter in the pan, then put some flour in. No, we grease the sides really good, place a piece of parchment paper in. Now, if you're doing a burnt cake pan, then you're just going to grease that pan with some Crisco oil really good, right? You're going to make a real thick layer because that's going to help that cake to pull away from the sides and not stick when you go to unpan that cake, all right? So we're running out of counter space here. Let me see. This is kind of small here. I really need a larger countertop, you know. So we're going to pour this batter in these pans. All right. Contrary to popular belief, we don't take the spatula and spread it around. What we do is we take this pan. Here, let me readjust it so you can see this. You really need, it's an important step here that you really need to see, okay? So now what we do is we take the pan, right, and we slap the counter with it. Hold on. We got some cake batter here that we don't want all over the bottom of the pan. We take the pan, we shake it, we up, drop, spin, spin, spin. What that does is it knocks the air bubbles out of the cake, all right? So now this cake here, straight into the oven. Now we do the same thing with this one. Spin, spin, spin. Tap, 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 tap. And so all the air bubbles come to the top. Alrighty. The cakes are now in the oven. So when we come back with part 3 and part 2, whoops. Alright. Cakes are in the oven. Come back with part 2, part 3, it'll be icing time. That's when we're going to do the filling. In the filling, we have a lemon instant pudding that's been mixed. And we have a lemon pie filling that we're going to make, all right? So we're going to spread those two in the center, put the cake together, put the cream cheese icing on it. Voila, we're going to be ready to go. Until next we meet, we greet, we speak. This is Chef Chardonnay signing off. Peace. Hi, Miss Williams. I know I'm running a little late, but I had a meeting this morning that went longer than I expected. But as you can see, I'm here. I've started the icing process. Now I'm about to do the filling so you can see that process also. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, we have put in the first layer of filling. All right, hello, it's me. Yeah, it's me. Look at me. First layer of filling. Now we're going with the second layer of filling, which is the custard, which gives it the, hence the word cassata, meaning of different flavors. All right, so now we're going with the cassata effect. And so, you know, custard is nothing but pudding. It's cooked pudding. But for a cake of this magnitude, I don't go through all that. I just use Jell-O instant pudding. So, same thing, just less work. Layers and layers of lemony goodness. All for you, Miss Williams, because you've been so patient while I have invaded your home. But the invasion is almost over, my friend. It is almost over. As the popular group from the 70s said, I think the masquerade is over. Be right back. My ice has obviously gotten a little warm. So I'm trying to work with it as fast as possible so I can get this joker to the freezer to stiffen it up, you know? While this is in the freezer, I'm going to have to run out and grab some ice because I'm not going to be able to transport this thing to you. It is entirely too hot out there. My AC is not working good in my car. We gotta go in the freezer for a while. This is too loose. We're back. All right, cake is out of the freezer. It's chilled off enough. I've do the magic of camera magic. Pause and play. Pause and record. You know, we have set some icing on this boy or girl, whatever you want it to be. It's your cake, so it can be a boy, it can be a girl. I don't care what it is. As long as you enjoy it, that's all I care about. You know. I just care about you enjoying it. You know? Can't do this with a filthy knife, you know? This is the hardest part, getting the top of it to be smooth when it's so warm. On here, killer whale. One thing for certain, two things for these cakes are not for diabetics, because they are, and I mean extremely, extremely, extremely sweet. Back in the freezer. Got a little warm on it. Well, through video magic, you know, I paused and did all I had to do to prepare this cake and prep it, you know. So now we're just going to do some simple little decorations. Just so you can see that I am actually really the one who's doing this. It's not store-bought, made by my hands, you know. Me, all me. Let me see if I can zoom in for you here. You know, come down some now. Okay, this is me.